So today we're going to make kombucha. I already have one going, so I'll show you from today how to make a new batch and then how to harvest it as well after 10 to 14 days when it's ready. What you will need is a SCOBY. I'll show you what that is in a minute. You will need somewhere to put your SCOBY while you're making a new batch. Measuring jug, weighing scales, tea, and I use boiling water to sterilise everything. So get the kettle boiling. It's just boiled, so I'm going to just sterilise this in the sink by pouring water all over it. These are going to have the new kombucha in, so I'm sterilising those as well. Quickest way to sterilise things, don't need any special equipment, just a boiling kettle. I'm going to put this on again because I'll need it for the tea. Okay, so everything's been sterilised that I'm going to use, and this has been here for 11 days. And how you know it's working is that it has formed, if you can see a skin. Can you see the skin? That is when the SCOBY has grown over the top. It wasn't there 10 days ago. So I know that that's ready. So I'm going to take this out. And there's two separate bits of SCOBY. The one that's grown over there this week. And also this one here. That's the original one that I got from Kombucha Organic, which you can get on the internet. So you see this square one's quite thick. That's the one that I'm going to reuse. I'm going to discard this, but if you had a friend who wanted to do kombucha, you can give them that one and they can start their own, or you can buy yours like I did and make your own. So this here is liquid. I'm going to use a clean one so I can use that for my hands. This is kombucha, fermented tea, and I'm going to put it in here. And the best thing you can do is to filter it, because there's normally quite a lot of residue in the bottom. So we're going to keep this in the fridge, and it will last for weeks and weeks and weeks. But the aim is you make it as much as you need to last you 10 to 14 days. That's how long it takes to make another batch. So this is 2 litres. If you can see, there's some bits in the bottom, so we don't really want to drink those. Fermented tea is like anything that's fermented, like kefir. It's got healthy bacteria in, which is good for your. Just made a mess with that bit. So it's nice and easy. This goes into the fridge. And we'll drink a little bit of that each day. It's good for your healthy bacteria in your gut. Healthy gut flora, I think is the word. So everything gets washed again, everything gets sterilised again before I make another batch. So leave the SCOBY in a little bit of the liquid just while you get everything ready to make a new one. Now this one I will discard, and I'll use the big one. So this could be given to somebody else, but nobody's asked for one, not yet, because I'm quite new at this. So I'm going to wash this, sterilise it, and then make the next batch. So all of this has been washed and sterilised. We're going to start making a new kombucha. So if you bought a kombucha or somebody gave you a SCOBY, this is what you would do from now. So we're making 2 litres of tea, and I'm going to put it straight into this pot. We need 8 tea bags, and we need 160 grams of sugar, and we need 2 litres of boiling water. So this is how I'm going to do this. I'm going to use 4 of these tea bags, which is organic decaf tea bags. Obviously you can do caffeinated if you want. And I'm going to use the equivalent of 4 cups of masala chai spice green tea. This makes it more interesting. Green tea is obviously very good for you as well. So you're getting the double whammy of green tea as well as tea. So this is just boiled. I'm going to put 1.5 litres in there with the 4 tea bags. This will take several kettles. So that's 1. I don't think there's enough here, so I'm going to boil the kettle again because I need some more for the green tea anyway. Right, so my kettle decided to pack in. I'm using water that I've boiled, so we need another 1/2 litre in with the tea bags. And then I make the green tea. Now green tea does not like boiling water, so always put a bit of cold water in. You only want about 80% boiling water and a bit of cold, otherwise you kill some of the goodness of the green tea. That's the same as if you're just making a cup. So this last 1/2 litre, I'm going to use one of these and put 4 teaspoons, so that's the equivalent to 4 cups. So escaped a bit, there we go. So this just gets left for 30 minutes on its own to cool down. You don't take the tea bags out just yet. After 30 minutes, so I'll put a timer on and we'll come back for this. So they've both had a stir. Oh, sugar. Not sugar, but sugar. We need to put sugar in the boiling water so that it dissolves. 160 grams. This is organic cane sugar. And that needs to dissolve in the boiling water. I'll get a spoon. So there's 1.5 litres here with 4 tea bags. There's 1/2 litre there with 4 teaspoons of green tea. If you want to make it simpler, 2 litres of water, 8 tea bags, 160 grams of sugar. I just prefer the chai spices. You could just put some chai spices in with normal tea bags if you've got that as an option. So I'm going to go and look at my kettle to see if I can fix it. I fixed the hoover this week when that went wrong. They're all getting quite resilient and independent. So that all gets left for half an hour and then we'll come back. So it's half an hour later and we're going to take the tea bags out. And because it's cooled down, we can now combine the two. So we're going to pop that in there. So that's now 2 litres and 8 tea bags worth. All the sugar's gone. It's very important at this stage that you just set it to one side and allow it to get to room temperature. The SCOBY is a living culture, and if you put it into here now, it will die. So it only goes in when this is at room temperature. So I'm going to cover this up, and when it is at room temperature, which will be in a couple of hours, then the SCOBY will go in. I think I'm going to give it a little rinse first before I pop it in, and then we cover it with muslin and leave it for 10 to 14 days. So this is now several hours later. This is room temperature. It's very important to remember that this SCOBY is a live culture, so you cannot put it in hot water, otherwise you'll kill it. So I'm just going to pop this back in, and I'm going to put it down in there. Now if it floats, it doesn't matter, but if it doesn't float, it will make its own film across the top. One of the ways that you know that it's ready is that the film has grown all the way over the top, so you can just test it. And then all you need to do is put a very clean piece of muslin over the top, tie it on, and then leave it. It needs to be cloudy, the tea needs to be cloudy, and the SCOBY, the new SCOBY, or an extension of the existing one, will grow over the top and seal it in. That's when you know it's ready. So I leave it on the side in the kitchen at room temperature, and then I can just keep an eye on it. At the moment it's very clear, the SCOBY's down there and there's nothing going on. So we'll check it in about 10 days. And there we go. That's all you need to do. All done. I'm going to go and put some after sun on now.